Hello, this is the Radio Geek. Today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about how I got into the traditional knives. Well, I kind of started out with the more modern flipper knives. I really liked flipper knives because, they were, fidgety, one-hand deployment, so I really enjoyed messing with them and playing with them, and so I kind of kept acquiring different knives. This one is an Ontario Rat 2, and I just kind of kept getting knives. I swear, it seems like the modern knives, there's a new modern knife coming out about every 15 or 20 seconds. And it's just dizzying trying to keep up with all the new knives and the names. I don't know how half of these YouTube channels can remember the names of all these knives and who made them and everything. I can't keep that stuff straight. But it started out with something like this, and then I kept, this one was like I don't know, $35-ish at the time. I don't know what they run now. And then it just kind of kept creeping up and until I got this one here, this Hogue here, the K320 by Sig Sauer, made by Hogue, and it's a really nice one. It's aluminum, and it's got a walnut inlay, and it's really got smooth action. It's got like this, they call it the Able lock. It's like the access lock for the Benchmade, and it's CPM S30V steel, so kind of a higher grade steel than, this one's like AUS 8, and I'm not a steel snob or anything like that. It doesn't really make much difference to me, but I really like this one. I like the blade shape. I like the Tanto, or however you say it, and just the way it was laid out and the way the grips and everything feels in your hand is really nice. And so like I say, I just kept getting into these modern knives, and these prices on these things kept creeping up and up and up and up. And to date, this is my most expensive knife that I have ever purchased. And I think it was, when I got it, was on sale for around 170, 175. So, and I've never gone beyond that, but I was getting there, and I was like, wow, this is really crazy, And then I was at a flea market, and I was looking around, and I ran across a couple different places in the flea market that had some little traditional knives. And the first one I found was this little guy here, and this one is a right edge, a very inexpensive little hawkbill. And I really liked the handles, the color. It's kind of like a salmon color. I don't know if that comes through on the camera or not, but it's like a salmon color. And I thought, man, that's really nice. And it's got, all brass inserts, and the action on it, I mean, it's smooth. It's not real stiff. It's got this little hole here to grab onto and pull the hawkbill out. And I thought it was really a cool shape, for digging into the tops of a box or something. So I thought, oh, that's really cool, and it was like $10, and I was like, $10? That's really cool for $10, And then later on, I was looking around at another place, and I found this one here. This is the imitation tortoise shell, and this is by Steel Warrior, which is a Frost company, and it's got nice blades on it, and it says Steel Warrior there on the blade. And this one has 3 blades and 3 springs. And this one's kind of like a more of like a fat spade blade, I guess. And it says Steel Warrior on that as well. 440 stainless steel. And then it's got another one like a clip point, I guess, and it says Steel Warrior in it as well. 440 stainless, and I just really thought it was really neat looking. I really like the colors in this imitation tortoise shell, and it's got the little Steel Warrior sky on the shield, and it's really well made, and it's really, you know, really nice fit and finish. Everything's smooth on the pins and the transitions, and it's you know, it's got a little heft to it. It feels like, you know, like a quality knife, and it was I don't know, I think it was like $15, maybe $20 for this one. And I was thinking, wow, you know, I really like these different colors that these knives come in, and they're kind of fun to play with and polish, and you know, they're inexpensive. You know, I can get 10 of these, or like these, you know, 10 knives or something for the price of that one modern that I just got. And so I started looking at cases and some of the bone material they had. Now granted, theirs are more expensive than this $20 one. You know, they're, you know, $70, $80, you know, depending on what you get. And then you can get cheaper ones, obviously. I think the first case I got was a $50 Peanut, which was this guy here, which I carry with me all the time. And this is always in the fifth pocket, ready to go. Very useful. Use it all the time, cut up dog treats and whatnot. So yeah. So, you know, I just kind of started on this trend of like, hey, you know, I can really like explore different colors and shapes and everything like that, and they're, you know, they're not terribly crazy expensive. And then I discovered, you know, of course, after getting a right edge and a steel warrior, you find the Rough Riders, and you know, oh wow, I can get like a full-size Stockman for like $16, and I can check it out. Or maybe I want to try a, you know, a trapper or a moose pattern knife. You know, you could try all these different shapes and colors, and they're, you know, those knives, the Rough Riders and such like, are, you know, relatively inexpensive, and you get to try out a lot of different things. So that's kind of what got me into the traditional knives. Just, I didn't realize there were so many patterns and different colors and handle materials that you could pick from. So that's what really got me going on the traditionals. So I thought I'd just show you the first couple that I got, and how I got into this rabbit hole. But anyway, I just thought I'd give you a look at these two guys, the Steel Warrior and the right edge there on the top there. So until next time, this is the Radio Geek from Radio Geek Blades.